So good morning, buenos dias, bon dia. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to Colombia, and there is no one better than Galavanta and the co-founder, Cristina Consuegra. Cristina, thank you for being with us today. I think you have prepared an amazing presentation, and we're going toward the beach this day.
Yes, indeed. We're going to focus on beach. I think that most of the Northern Hemisphere is quite cold at the moment. So I think it would only be appropriate to focus on the new beach properties as there are some exciting new openings. So thank you everyone for joining us today. It's so nice to see some familiar faces, some new faces as well. To make the most out of our 30 minutes, let's get started. So let's start with an overview of the main beach destination in Colombia, Cartagena. So even though Cartagena is on the beach, technically Cartagena itself is not the beach destination. Basically, Cartagena, you stay in the old city, you walk around, you stay in these beautiful, colonial hotels, you go to great restaurants. However, most people like to come to Cartagena for 3-4 days and then finish off maybe 2, 3, or even 4 nights at a beach destination. And it's always, for a few years, it's always been a problem like, we don't have enough high-end properties. And, Colombia was very, a bit behind on that aspect in comparison to other destinations such as Mexico, Dominican Republic, and, a number of the other Caribbean. We are a Caribbean destination. So now there's been a few new openings in the last few months, and this is what we're going to go through. So basically, to give you guys a bit of an idea, this is Cartagena over here. The old cities here where you have the orange button, and then you have the new city over here. It's this peninsula. Then you have Tierra Bomba Island, which is a very exciting island. This Tierra Bomba Island, basically, it's just off the coast. It's about 20 minutes from the old city, which is very accessible. And it's starting to develop more and more in terms of private villas. And today we're going to visit Maki Beach Club, which is the new opening. Then we're going to head out to Baru. Baru, lots of people talk about Rosario Islands and Baru. They're very different things. So Baru here is a peninsula. Technically, people call it Baru Island, but technically it's not an island. However, it is separated from mainland through this canal that you have to cross over with a bridge. So once you cross over, it's accessible. Everything here in Baru is accessible by road. So it's fantastic because you don't have to depend on high tide, low tide, boats, evenings. You can arrive at 9 p.m., get in a car, and you can be in Baru. And I've been there 35 minutes, literally from airport to Baru in 35 minutes. So really depending on traffic and the time of day. The great thing is that it's accessible by road and by boat. Then here we're going to visit 2 properties, which are Sofi Del Calablanca, big resort, lots of amenities, everything a family could think of. And then we're going to visit a much more boutique and very special property, which is further down the peninsula, which is Hotel Agua Baru. For those of you guys who have been in the industry for a while, this used to be a spectacular property years ago. Then it closed down, it became only private use, and it, zero use. And now it's being reopened, brand new, everything, great administration. So very excited to present this. And then to finish off kind of the tour of the beach destinations, then we have Rosario Islands. Rosario Islands over here, just off the coast of Baru. It's a very exciting destination. It's an archipelago of about 30 islands. It's Coraline Islands. And there are no high-end hotels that I would personally recommend here for the more discerning clients. There's some cute boutique ones, but for discerning clients, I would perhaps focus more on Baru. And there's some private villas, again, some more rustic than others. Baru still has the better infrastructure in terms of lodging. So Rosario Islands, even though it's a spectacular setting, we always recommend it on a day trip option. So we can easily combine Cartagena, Rosario Islands, and these properties. So for example, Cartagena, you can go on a day trip to Rosario Islands within 55 minutes on a speedboat. You can be in those Rosario Islands. You go cruising, you go snorkeling, relax, enjoy, have some drinks in the boat. Here in Colombia, it's okay to start drinking rosé as of 9:30 a.m. in the morning. So it's totally socially acceptable. And we always put booze in the boats. And so you do a tour here, and then you can either go back, have lunch at Maki Beach Club, for example, or have your luggage delivered by a car to one of the 2 hotels, and then you pop into your hotel and check in for lunch or check in late afternoon and just spend the next 2-3 days there. So resort islands can be done on the way into the hotel to check in, on the way out, depending on what your next destination is, or if you get to your hotels in Baru by car, we can organize a day trip from the hotels to the resort islands, or even to a further archipelago called San Bernardo Islands, which is more remote and even more virgin. So lots of options to play around with here. And again, it all depends on the client's interests, preferences. You guys know that everything we do is ultra tailored. So let's quickly continue on to Sofi Del Calablanca. We're going to start with this one. It opened in December, so it's only been open for a month and a half. It's really been a superb addition to our product offer because it's a very family-friendly property. It's easily accessible. It's 25 minutes by boat, 1 hour by car. As you can see here, it has a very ample beach, white sand, and it's very big beach. So it's good. You know, we can fit lots of people in there. It doesn't feel crowded. It's a very, very good place. It's modern architecture, and it has art throughout the entire property. And there's many pools. So it's super family friendly, but there's also an adults pool. There's a beach pool, and there's a main pool for everyone. So they have really thought about who they're catering to. They have multiple restaurants. So even if you do spend, 4 or 5 nights there, you can dine in all the different restaurants every day. You have the Calablanca, which is an all-day restaurant, Umo restaurant, which is actually a very high-end cuisine. It's spectacular. It's a fusion between Japanese, Colombian ingredients, Asian and Colombian ingredients. Very interesting concept, an amazing chef. You have Bahia Restaurant Beach Bar, then you have the different lounge bars and the beach bars and the pool bar. So there's lots of options for you to do, and they have brought in a very good a team for F&B. So as you can see here, even though it's a bigger resort, they have tried to make the spaces very, boutique-y, cool, decor, non-standard. This is all Colombian artisans that they have used inside. As you can see here, also very traditional Caribbean materials such as palm, wood. Everything has view of the ocean. So the entire design is with the purpose of everyone enjoying the views of the ocean. As I mentioned, it's a family-friendly hotel, which is great. This is something we have struggled with in Colombia because other hotels, other beach properties, are only limited in terms of there's only a number of rooms that you can offer for kids that are 12 years and under. So this is a property that's been designed for kids of all ages. So from the kids area to the nautical club, they have great programs. They have rooms designed for families. If you're coming with a baby, they have all the details and things for you to change your baby. So they've really thought through, designed for families. You have a great gym, beautiful spa. You have 187 rooms. So I think that availability is still very good to find rooms, and the room sizes are decent. So from 40 meters to 140 meters for the bigger suites. Rates are starting at $580 US per night to $1,570. However, this is this is a random date, but you can find rates, or sometimes depending on the week selected, you can find rates as low as $350 and $400. So it's a good price. You have tons of spaces and amenities to enjoy. In addition to the standard rooms, you have 23 suites. So for the more VIP clients, there's plenty of options to choose from, including a presidential suite, 6 Calablanca family suites, which have 1 king and 2 twin beds, opera suites, and a number of different designs. So in overall, it's a very good proposal. Perhaps not for all clients. We understand that some clients, you prefer the more boutique, intimate properties. This is going to be a bigger property, but it does offer beach, great food, good service, and superb amenities, particularly for families and also adults. Moving on to Baru, Agua Baru. As I mentioned, this is a property that has been around for many years. Actually, I think it has over 10 years. It was opened originally by very famous interior designer and hotelier, and then due to age, he's retired, and now he's handed this over to new owners. as you can see here, Hotel Baru is in a different location. So this is Cholon Bay. It's a very beautiful bay. In fact, it's a beautiful color. The one thing to bear in mind here is that there's no beach. So here along this area, the beaches are very tiny or non-existent. It's mainly mangroves. However, this here, there's some beaches. So the hotel does connect with the beaches here, so people can enjoy it. But we have to be, explain that the hotel itself does not have a beach, but it has very beautiful spaces. So it's 45 minutes from Baru by boat, so it's just a bit further because it's further down the peninsula, or 1.5 hours driving. It's spectacular in terms of decor, the details, the style. As you know, originally was owned by an amazing interior designer. The current owners are actually also owners of Soliluna, in addition to Petit, and they have incredible taste. The woman, the wife, has incredible taste, and she goes into all the details of the house. So you have one main house, which is right at the top of a cliff. So basically how this works is it's a mountain. They have golf carts and stairs to connect the entire property from the top to the bottom, which is where you have the lounge area. So this up here is the main house. It has 3 bedrooms, very spacious social areas. All the bedrooms obviously have AC, ensuite bathrooms. As you can see, you have a spectacular view of the ocean below. This is the living room. So people who do take the main house have a private living room. They have a private dining. They have a private kitchen as well. So it works very well. Then you have 3 casitas. Casita 1 and Casita 2 actually share this common pool and social area. This is the bedroom of Casita 1, which is, like, as you see, very spacious. It has 1 king bed plus 2 single beds. And you have a very spacious terrace with a beautiful view. Still, everything has a view, so it's really nice. Very beautiful bathrooms, top of the line amenities, linens, towels. They've really, spruced up the property. This is the 2nd bedroom in the casita that they share the same pool. Again, as you can see, the interior design is very much to my taste. Again, you have a private terrace. And then Casita 3 is an entirely independent bungalow. And this one is much more private. And then Casita 3 does have a private pool, rooftop with a beautiful view, and a very spacious. Again, you have 1 king bed and then 2 twin beds, which can be used as sofas or it can be used for kids particularly. Then you have the clubhouse. The clubhouse is very special because it's, as you can see, it's a design made with Colombian bamboo, which is called gualua. You have the restaurant area, which is above. So here it's open for both guests and also on a very exclusive reservation basis for people who want to come in and have lunch. So for example, if our clients are staying in Cartagena and they don't have time to stay in Las Islas, like in Baru or the islands that have beach time, we do a day trip to the Rosario Islands, have some fun there, and then we can come back, have lunch here, and then go back to Cartagena and finish off the day there. As I mentioned, guys, there's no beach per se, but there's still like a sandy area. There's loungers. There's a beautiful dock where the boats get to and you can relax. You can still swim. The ocean is really still very beautiful for swimming. So it is a great option for those people looking for more boutique. We can also do a full takeover, which is very good option. So if you have 6 bedrooms in total, so if you have a family or a group of friends and everything, and they want to take the entire property, this is entirely doable as well. Then moving on to Makani Beach, this is a great new property. This is a beach club. The hotel part is in process, so I think it's going to be opening more towards the later on this year. They're actually currently building bungalows, which is a really exciting. This is the same owners as Bastion Hotel. If you guys know, Bastion is one of the top 5 hotels in Cartagena. Spectacular decor, good service, and then they've opened Makani Beach Club. As I mentioned, it's in Tierra Bomba Island, so it's just 20 minutes off the coast. Again, what we would do is we do a day trip out to the islands, go have fun over there, and then on the way back, they stop at Makani, have lunch, swim, and then get back to Cartagena. Or if the clients have already been, for example, to the Rosario Islands, and they maybe had lunch at Agua Baru, they can do a separate beach day just go straight on the shared boat. You have a shared boat, or we can do a private boat, depends on budgets and preferences. And they just go 20 minutes straight, spend the entire day at the beach club, and then they return in the afternoon. So there really is multiple options. Even if clients don't want to sleep at a hotel on the beach, we can still do multiple beach days using Cartagena as a base. With speedboats, with shared boats, directly with the properties, they have their own boats. So there's multiple options to see and do. And that way, we always say Cartagena is not just for 2 days. You can spend an entire week in Cartagena, and every day feels different. And every beach club is very different. So it doesn't feel like a repetitive experience. So going back to Makani, as you can see here, apparently the rumor is that this is the biggest pool in Colombia. So very spacious, very beautiful swimming pool overlooking the ocean, lots of loungers, very beautiful interior decor. You have great bar. The menu is very Caribbean, so you have lots of seafood. You also have a steak and chicken, a Colombian, but you also have some cool influences from other countries, but mainly Caribbean. And it's, again, impeccable decor, it's a very spacious place. So lots of different areas. This is the main restaurant area, but then you have different lounge areas, different hot tubs. You also have a great spa. They have 3 bungalows that are spas. So they always have massage specialists available. And the daily rate, for example, is $30 per person to access. And then you have all your consumptions on top. Or it's $160 US to have a more private space like this. For example, this is a day bed that has capacity for up to 4 people. And then on top of that, each guest just, pays what they consume. If they want to go all out with the Dom Perignon, well, they can totally do so. It's totally up to each guest. So that's Makani. And moving away from the beach, I know we have a few minutes left, and I want to take advantage to highlight, I just got back from an amazing scouting trip. Well, it was a family holiday, but I used some time to do some scouting because, obviously I have to, it's what we do. And we checked out a property that opened a few months ago. When we went, it was just opening. We revisited and we stayed there, and it was such a surprise. And we took the time to explore Medellin beyond the ordinary. Medellin, as you guys know, is a very special place. It's located in the Andes, and some people don't, they just think Medellin, just one day do a quick tour of Comuna 13 and that's it. But in fact, Medellin is an amazing hub to explore the Andes region. Because you're located, Medellin is actually quite easily to enter and exit because of the roads that they have been building. You can be within a coffee plantation within an hour. You can be in a beautiful colonial town in in 45 minutes at Retiro, which is an amazing little colonial town. You can be in the countryside, ATV, within 35 minutes. So when there's no availability in other rural areas, such as the coffee region, which is one of our favorite destinations, Medellin has become an incredible place for you to have a cosmopolitan, cool, chic stay, beautiful hotel, great restaurants, but also lots of nature. Because within 20 to 60 minutes, you can be in spectacular places doing great adventures surrounded by nature. So to tell you guys a bit about El Cielo, it's a new property. It opened a few months ago. It's by Juan Manuel Barrientos. Juan Manuel is one of the most famous chefs in Colombia. He's actually the first chef to get a Michelin star for his restaurant in Washington. El Cielo actually is a restaurant that has been opening multiple locations, not just in Colombia, Bogotá, Medellin, but also in Miami and Washington. They opened up this hotel. It's their first entrance to hospitality, and they basically brought in all their elements of high-end cuisine, details, experiential experiences, and also really special decor into the hospitality component. So firstly, you have at the entrance here, you have a bistro, and then you have a restaurant area, which is very beautiful. Then you go upstairs. This is more of the restaurant aspect. Then you go on to the 5th floor, and that's where you have the lobby, which is really beautiful. You have 28 rooms. Out of the 28 rooms, we always recommend, because it's more boutique, we always recommend to take the junior suites and up to have more space and to be more comfortable. This is a superior luxury room, deluxe. And then this is going to be a junior suite, which has a bigger like lounge sitting area as well. You have a beautiful rooftop. They're putting in a bar right now. They're putting in a bar right beside the rooftop. It's very quiet, unlike other hotels in Medellin, which one of the main complaints has been that you have lots of noise because of the area, right? There's lots of there's one particular area, there's lots of bars and lots of partying and rooftops. So it can be a bit noisy, especially for families and more mature clients. This is located very quiet street, residential. So it's very peaceful, and you can just go exploring in the morning. You spend the afternoon just lounging by the pool. They have massage treatments and spa treatments that you can do in the rooms. They have a nice little gym, and the food was truly spectacular. And to just take it further, just to tell you guys, give you guys a little bit of insight into what else there is in Medellin, what else we find. I'm going to leave this for our next session because I have to go into more detail of each of the things, but I want to give you a taste of everything else that there is to do. We visited beautiful private villas in places like Watape, which is an hour and a half from Medellin, and it's a stunning lake with beautiful views, colonial towns. As you can see here, the views in the back. There's some really special places. The town is colorful. There's tons of water sports, for example. So speedboats, jet skiing. There's sports, the e-foil, which is this board that goes up. So you can spend, for example, a day here at Atma, which is one of the properties that we visited. And you can spend an entire day trying all the water sports you want, and it's all there. We visited this beautiful flower plantation. They actually have 15 hectares of hydrangea plantations. I mean, I'm not a huge flower specialist, but it was incredible just seeing all the colors and the textures and everything. There's horses. It's actually, this is a very special hacienda. It's very private, and it's one of the very few places around the world that they have the French saddle horses. It's very special breed, very special with the owners. Explain, they're very passionate. And they have one of the most unique orchid collections in the world. The owner, Daniel, has over 6,000 orchids in his property, the special little garden. Well, not little, it's actually quite large. And he's created multiple ecosystems to have the most exquisite orchids from all over the world. And Colombia, actually, this down here is the Cattleya, which is the Colombian national flower, which is an orchid. So it's a very special place. The owner is very passionate. He hosts you himself. You can have lunch there. So it's a very special place. Then we also visited this beautiful coffee hacienda, which you can go as a day trip, or you can land in a helicopter, or by road. It's only 1 hour and 15 minutes by road. Or you can rent out the entire property, which has 9 bedrooms, and it is stunning. And we also visit some beautiful art galleries. This one in particular is a stunning private art gallery. It's closed door. It's by appointment only. The owner, the dad, wanted to be an artist, and I guess he wasn't very talented being an artist, so became an art collector. He became friends with all the artists. And then now today, this is their collection, which most of it is for sale for very special clients, but we can host cocktails, dinners, or even just for clients who want to come in and just learn about Colombian art. You have pieces from all the top classic and contemporary artists in the world. And from outside, you just see a white wall and a random facade. You have no idea what's behind these doors. You walk in and it's just rooms and rooms and rooms of art and gardens surrounded by art. So very special place, highly recommended. The owner, the son, is the host, Santiago. He speaks great English, extremely passionate. And there's so many things that we can do here. Again, from just, visits for art collectors or art enthusiasts to more elaborate dinners and events that we can host here for our guests. So guys, that's a little bit about the coast, Cartagena, which is where we're located, and also a little bit about our new discoveries that I can talk in more detail, hopefully in our next session, that hopefully will have some more new properties and villas to share.
Thank you very much, Cristina. Each time I do a webinar with you, I learn so much, and I want to go even more.
I'm glad to hear.
In the comments, a lot of people are signing up for the next fun trips, I tell you already.
Superb. I'm happy to hear that.
Let's look. You didn't mention Casaletti when you were in the, because I love your house, the 4-bedroom villa right on the beach, private beach.
Exactly.
That's what I have behind me. But you focus more on the hotel this time, huh?
I'm focused more on the new property. These are new openings.
Yeah.
Maki opened 3 months ago. Sofi Del opened last month, and Baru is opening in 3 months. So that's why I focus on the new openings. But you're right, Casaletti, we have a beautiful villa, which actually is a phenomenal option for families. And in fact, I'll send you guys in the follow-up email with the recording. I'll send you guys a presentation as well. And I'm going to send you the new photos of Casaletti because we've made some really cool improvements. The beach is beautiful. We just got a hobby cat for guests to use. So, you know, there's lots of really cool things happening around Casaletti. We just revamped the menu. So it's very exciting. Rates are still very, I mean, for a family, it's ranging, I think, between 1,500. It starts at 1,500 US. Which is, for full property is quite decent. Obviously, what we'd like to do is we like to increase the rate based on the number of people using the house. That's why we can make it nice and accessible for a small family of, you know, 2, 3, or 4, and, you know, charge a bit more when it's a bigger group that requires more service and everything.
Because we see, and I'm sure everyone would agree, we see still a lot of requests for private villa, huh?
The
trend from 2020 is just continuing for private villas, so it was great to mention.
Yeah, especially when it's full service, right? And that's the fact that it's not something you find on Airbnb. You arrive, it's like a hotel. It's all the amenities and all the services from a hotel, English-speaking staff, a chef, butler, everything, but in your very private space and 70 meters of private beachfront.
Private beach. And I think the price point is also a great selling point because depending on the country, a 4-bedroom villa or staff 4-bedroom villa on a private beach is not, the price is not at all what you say.
Exactly. Because we own it, we can manage the rates to be more friendly, especially for smaller groups. And we can also give really interesting commissions on these rates.
Perfect, Christina. So let's go to the question. We're going to start by the Q&A. Limor, you wanted to know, are you finding first-timer going to the islands?
Everyone, I mean, I think 90% of guests that come to Cartagena, they go to the Rosario Islands at least for a day trip, always. Now, because we have better infrastructure, people are much more keen to stay at one of the hotels, especially now we had a number of families stay at Sofi Del over the holidays. And it worked well because it meets, you know, all the requirements in terms of amenities, price, beach, etc. So yes, now we're seeing many more people putting on 2-3 nights at the end of their trip at the beach.
And Marion, you are asking, we're back to the Sofi Del Baru. How many restaurants have outdoor dining? Any dining near the beach?
In Sofi Del.
Sofi Del in Baru.
Yes. Actually, all of them are outdoors. And basically what happens is that you have very big windows that are open. So they can open and close some of the restaurants. And then you have the beach, the pool bars, and then the beach club. So yes, there's definitely outdoor dining. And they actually host these really beautiful dinners on the beach at night. So we can organize that with them. Very beautiful dinners.
Celine, you said if we have older clients, is a property suitable for them? So you were referring to the other one, the Aqua Blue?
Yes, it depends. I mean, they do have golf carts that go up and down to connect the property. Perhaps if they're older, I would maybe suggest that they stay at Casita 1 or 2, which is much closer. It's right beside the clubhouse, so they don't have to do lots of stairs. And in any case, if they don't want to do the stairs, the golf club, the golf carts are always going up and down.
Okay, Celine, also you want to know what type of tour do you organize for the wildlife? I guess around this area. Or I don't know if it was this area only, Celine, if you want to give us a little more information, but is there any wildlife tour not too far, or it's a totally different area?
So this area does not have mammals per se, but amazing bird life. My mother is actually a big bird watcher, and every day she goes out, she finds new birds. How? I don't know. There is also a very interesting aviary. So just a few minutes, it's driving distance from both hotels, about 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the hotel. And it's a stunning aviary because it's not, the birds are not caged per se. It's these giant domes that you go in, and they've reenacted or designed the ecosystems that these birds come in for. And these are birds that have been saved in one way or another, or for protection, for conservation. So it's a very special project. It's great for both adults and children. So that's like a nearby wildlife option. You also have diving and snorkeling just off the coast of these properties, which is great. So that's a different type of wildlife. And then if you want more like mammals, you have to drive about an hour and a half in to Cartagena. South of Cartagena, there's a spectacular nature reserve that we work with for the protection of the cotton-top tamarin monkey. It's a conservation project. So you can see the tamarin monkeys, howler monkeys, spider monkeys, beautiful birds. So that is going to be much more wildlife experience.
So when you come to Cartagena, there is actually around Cartagena so much to experience. Huh?
So that's why I say people can come to Cartagena and spend 1 week, and they will experience something very different every day. And that's always our objective. We don't ever want people to feel like they're doing the same thing over and over.
Céline, you're mentioning helicopters. So yes, and you do have helicopter tours or which places which are maybe to avoid traffic or crowd, huh?
You can. There's Las Islas Hotel, which is one of the other hotels. I mean, we didn't mention it here because it's been open for a few years now, but Las Islas has a helipad, and we can use that helipad. We have a great relationship with the helicopter operator, so we can access the helicopters there, and then you can get from Baru to the airport within a matter of 7 minutes. So it's very convenient. It's a beautiful flight as well. If you want more adventure, then we can use the helicopters from here and go and visit places like Sierra Nevada, which is a beautiful mountain range. We also have a property called Casa Pendola. It's a lodge in the cloud forest, coffee plantations. You can fly over Ciudad Perdida, which is the lost city. This is ancient terraces. It's actually like the Machu Picchu of Colombia. It was built 600 years before Machu Picchu. We can take you to the jungle, land on rivers. There's lots to do in that area, which is about 1 hour away on a helicopter.
Thank you, Christina. Adrian, you want to know if Makani is more family oriented or more adult? Is it
both?
Slightly party scene?
No. So, and it's very much family, adult, more quiet. Sometimes there's live music, but it's like very like chill Caribbean live music. Blue Apple, on the other hand, is another beach club that we work with quite often. And Blue Apple, during the week, it's very cool, very tame. Around 3-4 in the afternoon, they put some music and have a dance class. Some of our older adults, older clients love it because they go dancing, they do shots, they have a great time. Weekends are much more party scene, but a lot of our clients love Blue Apple because it's very vibey and very fun, right? And that's something that people look for when they come to Colombia. Makani is going to be more quiet, very relaxed, very tame. So very different places. And again, you can go each day to a different beach club and have a very different experience.
Pan, you want to know where is El Cielo in Medellin located? What part of Medellin?
It's located in El Poblado neighborhood. So walking distance from Carmen and the top restaurants is about 10-15 minutes walking, depending on how fast you walk. Car, it's like 5-minute drive from all the main restaurants. There's some really cool little restaurants nearby. It's a more residential, quiet area, but I think it's perfect because people also want to sleep and rest, and it's a beautiful oasis type of place.
Before we address your question, Donna, I'm going to answer Bruce. What is the current status of the former Conrad to reopen as a Hyatt?
Right now, we haven't received any specific news on that. It's not a property that we worked with very often. So I don't have any news on that, Bruce, sorry about it. The golf club is still, Caribana is still very active, and a lot of our clients drive from Cartagena out to Caribana. We have a great relationship with the club, so we can give our clients access there. So no problem on that. But the Four Seasons is opening. The rumor is end of this year, beginning of 2023. And that's going to be another incredible opening.
Great for Colombia, huh? Yes. So Donna is asking, what are the COVID protocols?
So COVID protocols in Colombia, we're still very, everyone wears a mask, all the servers at restaurants, hotel staff, guides, everyone, drivers, everyone still wears a mask. Now, it's not obligatory for clients to wear masks. We always recommend it. We always encourage it. But if you're walking on the street during a tour, clients can take off their mask. They can breathe free if they're doing an activity. Same. I think it's become a very personal thing, but our providers, our team, everyone is still very much respectful of the mask mandates, washing. If you have any symptoms at all, immediately 7 days before you get tested and ensure that you're not COVID positive.
Thank you. Our last question is from Cheryl. Do you have a minimum of clients needs to book to work with your company?
We don't have a minimum. We'd like to work with a range starting between 300 and 400 US per person per night for a couple. So, when you start looking at a family, 1, 2 kids, obviously the cost per person goes less, but it really depends. We like to make people happy. So if it's a young couple and they don't have a big budget and they're going on a honeymoon, we want to give them a great honeymoon, even if they don't have a great budget. As long as we can deliver good quality, good service, creativity, and we can give you guys a good service, we're happy to accommodate. Obviously, this is more during low season. High season, we're a bit more strict because things in Colombia get very busy and a bit more demanding.
And I saw that you got many requests these past months.
Yes.
Good for you. We're happy.
It's been busy. I can't complain.
I'm just looking at the chat just to see if we didn't miss anything. Limor, you mentioned that it's great to know about Medellin. You heard about El Cielo being fantastic. Bruce, you said one of my colleagues rave about the tasting menu at El Cielo. All right, and he is the one who wants to go on a fun trip. As well, Limor said she's ready.
Super.
Linda, you said you just went with your family to Colombia and Galavanta arranged the best itinerary. Oh, thank you very much. So
thank you.
Voilà. He said so accessible even while I was there. Said at the Sofi Del Calablanca Baru, and it is gorgeous. Voilà. Elizabeth, you're going to be in Cartagena in 10 days. Second visit this year. Charles, you too. You're going to be there.
Wow.
Limor, that was her pool. Marion, Christina, she wants, of course, we are sending, Christina will send the recording to everyone, and we'll attach the presentation and other information. Voilà. Shirley, you said you're working hard to see Colombia. It's new and exciting, and it's so close. I think from Miami, Colombia is 3 hours flight. So it's discovering South America a little more as close as Central America, actually, yeah?
I mean, in terms of flights, it's really good. And now Avianca is actually opening a new flight from New York direct to Cartagena. So it's not only the JetBlue flight. So hopefully that's going to make pique some interest.
So Melissa, you said it's also on your wish list, Colombia. Huh? We're gonna start doing some fun trips, huh?
Indeed, we have to.
Hello. I think I've seen Cassia. You also would like to go on a farm. Hello. Limor, you want to know what is a typical length of stay for a trip?
It really depends. There's no, I mean, we've had, families coming for a long weekend. So 3-4 nights in Cartagena only. Mm-hmm. Then on average, people are doing between 8 to 10 nights. So that gives you, possibility of doing 3 destinations. We like to do a city to see kind of like the cosmopolitan coolness factor. Then we like to do countryside, nature or jungle. And then we like to finish off on the coast. So Cartagena, beach, again, colonial. So we always like to keep the contrast. And now, for example, we have a family coming in for 19 days from the UK. So really varies.
All right, then John, we're going to finish with what you said. 2022 is a year to visit Colombia. Huh? So I think already. Thank you, everyone. And thank you to you, Christina, for your presentation. I like that for each webinar, you work in doing something different and very interesting. And it's always available on our YouTube channel, Dominique de Bay Collection. You can also make a little private appointment with a Zoom with Christina on our appointment platform called www.letsconnect365.com. You will see Christina's agenda or or maybe one of your colleagues could be Monica or Margaret answering, but at least everyone can have a little appointment and maybe talk about their client's itinerary. And you can also invite your clients to join the Zoom. You have a little comment box, so you can say, oh, Christina, can you prepare a 7-day itinerary for March, maybe around the wildlife, around the beach. And then when you checking for your Zoom, then they have prepared everything, and you can even invite your clients to discuss right there.
Exactly. And as you know, as Dominique mentioned, we always white label everything. So whenever we have a presentation, a meeting with your clients, we're not Galavanta, we're an extension of your company. This is the most important thing for us, for you to feel comfortable. And we just want to help answer questions, give ideas. Sometimes clients have tons of ideas. We want to narrow them down and make sure that what the program we designed for them is truly tailored to what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's great to bring the clients in as well, because I can discuss directly with you. What we heard is 9 out of 10 Zoom turn into booking. So it's really effective. Huh? All right. So thank you, everybody. I'll see you in 1 hour or 1 hour and 15 minutes if you want to hear a little more about Cover Global. And if you have any question, which we all had, I think after the holiday season, it would be a great time for you to meet the team and to, if you have more questions for 2022, what they're offering. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.
Bimo, you said sending my love and hugs. We return the loves and hugs.
Thanks, Bimo. So sweet.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.